What is going on, guys? My name is Alex. Welcome back to a brand new video. In this Premiere tutorial, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to color grade like in a really cinematic way, because if you drag in a clip in Premiere Pro, you have a lot of options. You can color grade manually, you can add in LUT filters, and also, by the way, guys, I released my very own LUT pack, which you can get right now through the link down in the description. It will take you to my Etsy store where you can just pick it up for $1, and like most LUT filter packs are so expensive. It contains 20 awesome filters that you can use unlimited on your projects, on your videos, everything like that. So with that all the way, guys, if you guys are excited, make sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're here for the first time watching, and let's start color grading in Premiere Pro right after the intro. Alright, guys, so now that we are in Premiere Pro, as you can see, this is my project, and I just used this specific clip of a jam session from a couple weeks ago just because there are a lot of colors. As you can see, this is my Sunburst, guitar with like some tattoos I also recently got, and that's because I just want to have a lot of color in this actual image. So in order to make these colors come to life, if we drag on our footage, and if you go to the Lumetri color panel at the very top right, we have a lot of markers. So we're going to start off by bringing up the exposure just a little bit. Then we're gonna also add in quite some contrast to it, but the real magic happens with the highlights and obviously all the colors behind it. So let's go ahead and bring up the shadows just a tiny bit. Let's also see what the white one does. I think that makes it a little bit too bright. We can also manipulate the blacks. So if I drag this down, as you can see, all the black parts are gonna become very like pixelated. Keep that, for example, on 0, and where it actually comes alive is the temperatures and the tint. So if we're gonna make this a lot warmer, as you can see, we're gonna drag that into the orange. If we want to make it a lot colder, mess with the white balance just a little bit, you can bring this down, but I'm just gonna keep this one on 0. And for example, the tint, we're gonna also keep those on 0, so those markers are looking pretty good. But at the bottom, it's the saturation, so let's bring that one up a lot, and as you can see right now, it really makes the colors pop, obviously. So let's bring up the contrast quite a bit, the exposure just a tiny. So we can also go to the creative tab where we can sharpen the footage just a little bit, not too much. And then we have curves right here. So if you click on there, we have RGB, red, green, and blue. If we highlight the red one, we can actually bring this up and down, as you can see, and also for the blue one. So let's put it on this position right here. So now that we've done that, obviously the hue versus the saturation is something that you can decide which, if you want to adjust that. I wouldn't really mess with it too much because it's going to make your clip like look entirely different. Keep this on the same level. The most interesting one is the HSL secondary. So let's open that one up, and as you can see, we have this color panel right here. So if you bring up the contrast just a little more, that makes things come to life. So that's one way how you can color grade. So if you pay attention to the preview, and if I hit this reset effect button, this is what we've came from, obviously. But like I've mentioned at the intro, I have my own LUT filter pack. So if you picked it up and if you have it on your computer, you can import these filters onto the video. So it says input LUT right here. If you click on this drop down menu and if you hit browse, you can actually select the LUT filters from my package. So let's pick the first one, and that makes things a lot darker. If I play it back, as you can see right now, it's way too dark. This LUT filter doesn't really fit this footage. So let's hit browse and let's just pick a different LUT filter as well. I think this one gives a little more of like a satin look. This one is kind of like orange and teal, but of course you can mess with like the temperatures even more on top of the LUT filter as well. So we have 20 choices, and I think LUT 4 actually fits this footage quite well. So let's bring up the brightness just a little bit. That makes it really cinematic. So I think LUT 6 from my pack looks actually the best, because if I open up my secondary window right here on the left, you can see the raw footage versus the color graded one. And of course, you can just bring up the contrast even more to make it pop and everything like that. You can also bring up the whites just a little bit. So if you look to the left and to the right, the difference is huge. It's a lot more cinematic. And of course, this is the clip shot inside when it's dark outside. We don't have any natural sunlight. Of course, that does a lot when you shoot, like, for example, videos outside, but you guys get the point, of course. So let's pick a LUT 7. Also more of a warm look to it. This is what LUT 8 looks like. Very cool. It adds a little bit more of like blue midtones and green highlights. This is what LUT 9 looks like. This is what LUT 19 looks like. So if you hit none, this is the footage that we have when we put up the contrast a little bit. So let's reset all the settings. And in my opinion, if you go to the basic correction tab, if you're going to bring up the exposure just a little bit, the contrast and the saturation, that does so much. Because if you pay attention to my guitar, if I bring down the contrast, you can see how it fades to like black and white. But if I bring up the contrast, the colors in my guitar like are really coming to life, as you can see. And in my opinion, guys, I think this is how I would grade it. If you pay attention to the left box where it's completely raw without any effects, and this is on the right where all the color grading is applied, and you have to imagine this is just done with these markers. There are no LUT filters right now at this point selected. I press undo on all of them, so this is how it comes to life. It looks really nice, guys. This is how you color grade in a cinematic way in Premiere Pro, and it is that simple. There's nothing more to it. Alright guys, so that is how to do it. This is how you color grade in Premiere Pro. It is actually that simple. Choose your preferred settings, or you can just import a LUT filter. Like I've mentioned in the intro, I have released my own LUT pack. The link is down in the description. Make sure to just pick it up. It's just $1. So you get access to 20 premium LUT filters you can apply onto your videos. It is that simple. Thanks a lot for the continued support. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video as always. So I'll see you guys in my next video.